This is ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Alan Cohn, and welcome to ABC 7 at 7. Topping our news tonight, it has a silly name. It's all in the name of fun, but it has police in Bradenton Beach just a little bit concerned. On an average weekend, Bradenton Beach gets around 3,000 visitors. Now, imagine 5 times as many flooding the area. It could happen this weekend at an event known as Floatopia, as it prepares to come to Coquina Beach. The Floatopia Beach Bash boasted more than 100,000 people attending the last beach party in Miami. There was some buzz on social media. The bash could be coming to Manatee County, and now police are preparing for a massive crowd.
They're not going to do this event here. It is a local Miami event, and that because of what happened there, that it wouldn't be right for them to come out and do another event so quick to that event.
Police say law enforcement will be on hand and ready to help with crowd control. Alcohol is not allowed on Manatee beaches. Sarasota's waterfront is changing before our eyes, and not everyone is pleased with all the construction filling the skyline and the shrinking of the sidewalks. 3 different projects with 1,300 units will open along the bayfront in the next 2 years. One of them, known as The View, is being built right along US 41. The idea is to put storefronts closer to pedestrians, but some say it is a little too close.
It's not the construction so much as the traffic and the large trucks and such that the construction brings to downtown.
I think it's just an accident waiting to happen. It's, pretty dangerous.
City officials say they are only giving Sarasota residents what they asked for. The new buildings are part of an urban development plan approved by voters in 2000. Sarasota County is cracking down on unlicensed contractors. Commissioners are adopting an amendment fining contractors $1,000 for each day they operate without a license. If you are looking for information on contractors or need to file a complaint, you can reach out to the Florida Department of Business and Professional Regulation at myfloridalicense.com. Northport is trying to draw in more tourists by promoting the natural beauty of the area. Under the new $15 million master parks plan, the city will conserve as much land as possible while making improvements to the city's parks. While the plan could be a draw for tourism, the city manager says it's important for current residents.
Focused on ecotourism for people who live here now, and if people can come from other places and enjoy it, great, but it's really meant for the people who are already here.
One property in Northport could be considered buying is the Orange Hammock Ranch. The asking price for the nearly 6,000-acre property, $22 million. Memo to Governor Rick Scott. If you are going to go to another state to try to lure companies to move here, if you're going to buy radio ads in California mocking state leaders for raising the minimum wage there, you might want to check who has the better record for job creation. In a statement, California Governor Jerry Brown is welcoming Scott, saying that since the last time Scott visited in May, California has added twice as many jobs as Florida while paying down its state debt.
What they're doing is hurting their economy, and it hurts the people that need the jobs the most. We're going to continue to recruit companies here, and I look forward to going out there.
Florida's minimum wage is just over $8 an hour. California will raise its minimum wage to $15 an hour by the year 2020. A rare set of twin manatees is garnering attention from scientists at Mote Marine. A female manatee known as Toma Bella gave birth to the pair. Less than 5% of manatee pregnancies result in twins because calves depend on their moms for 2 years. Having a sibling could actually hurt survival chances.
There's not a lot known about survivability of calves. We know that calves stay with their mothers up to 2 years, so we're going to try to keep, watch on them for as long as we can.
Mote asks you to send photos, video, and location information if you spot Toma Bella and the kids. Our regards to and congratulations to her.
That's right. A couple of twins out there. I had some tarpons today. I shot it out at the Longboat Key. put it on our Facebook. It has over 50,000 views already, so it just keeps going higher and higher. This internet sensation is amazing. You know, people with cameras all over the place creating and showing what's going on in our community. It's a good thing. I'll tell you what, we have had some good showers inland today along the sea breeze front. Nothing like the severe weather they had yesterday in Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas, where big storms were firing up. It's a result of this area of low pressure. You can see it spinning right there near Iowa and Nebraska and Kansas. Big storms, tornadoes have already been reported into Iowa. There's a tornado warning already in effect just southwest of Des Moines. The area in red, that's a tornado watch that continues up until 10 o'clock tonight. And it looks like for folks in Texas and Oklahoma, things have quieted down as that front now is moving in the panhandle of Florida, but it will eventually dissipate. We've had a few showers here today associated with the sea breeze front. Nothing like summer, but it's kind of the pattern that's starting. And hopefully we see that summer pattern, which normally begins in June, start a little bit earlier this year. We could use the rain. We're well below average. 80 now, dew point 65, and the pressure 29.88 inches. The high today, 84, and that's at 1 degree above average, I should say, and 91 the record set in 1971. Very hot day then. And as far as the RPM forecast model goes, the slight chance for a shower this evening, not much. And then tomorrow, similar conditions. We'll see a few inland showers. Friday, the same story. That front fades to the north of us, and it looks like high pressure will continue to hold on and keep things pretty quiet here across the west coast of Florida. For boaters, winds out of the south, turning to the southwest at 10 knots, so not much of a breeze out there. A light chop in the bays and inland waters, the UV index high, and the water temperature at 80 degrees. As far as the forecast goes, tomorrow, mostly sunny, same as today, 86 for a high. And the extended forecast is calling for just a slight chance for a shower over the next several afternoons, and that'll be inland. The coastal locations and the beaches look to be pretty good with generally fair skies. Temperatures running a couple degrees above average, but no 90s yet. We're going to hold off on those for a while.
Let's keep it away for just a little bit
That's
longer.
right.
Thanks a lot, Bob. And still to come, major victories last night for Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton as both inch closer to the nominations of their parties. Find out if the momentum from these primaries will keep them propelling forward. That story when we come back.
The all-new MySuncoast.com. Just another way we're here for you. Tomorrow at 5 on ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
A useful weapon against bed bugs. We'll have the details in our Health Smart report.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AndServices.com.
This is a special health alert for seniors suffering with joint pain. If you have Medicare insurance, you may qualify for high-quality support braces at little or no cost.
I'm thrilled with my knee braces.
Now, there is a simple and proven solution for seniors to get out of pain with state-of-the-art support braces.
I barely feel any pain at all.
Braces for your knees and back, as well as your shoulders and ankles, too.
I'm so happy with the quality of these braces.
Call now, and you could qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost.
I can play ball again, and it doesn't hurt.
And because of my Medicare coverage, it costs me next to nothing.
So call now.
And because I have this red, white, and blue Medicare card, my braces have cost me just about nothing.
It's true. You may get a knee, back, shoulder, and ankle brace at little or no cost.
They qualified me for 2 knee braces and a back brace.
If you have knee or back pain, give them a call. They can help.
1-800-476-8967. 1-800-476-8967.
This continues to be an amazing, never thought you'd see something like this presidential campaign. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton went a long way toward securing the nominations of their parties after yesterday's primary. So today, Ted Cruz threw what you can describe as a Hail Mary pass.
This is a far bigger win than we even expected.
Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton are closer than ever to securing their party's nomination.
I consider myself the presumptive nominee, absolutely.
We will unify our party to win this election.
Last night was a clean sweep for Trump. 5 states, 5 victories, while Clinton took 4 out of 5 contests. But their primary opponents aren't giving up quite yet. Ted Cruz desperately needs a win in Indiana next Tuesday.
Last night was Donald Trump's night.
And today is Indiana's day.
In an effort to deliver much-needed momentum to his campaign, Cruz made a big announcement. If he becomes the nominee, Carly Fiorina will be his running mate.
This is a fight worth having. This is a fight worth winning. And with your help, we will win this fight.
Cruz has an uphill battle to climb. Trump now needs just 49% of the remaining delegates to win and prevent a contested convention. Today, in an effort to shift to the general election, he delivered a major speech on foreign policy in Washington.
Our foreign policy is a complete and total disaster.
He believes that U.S. allies must step up in the fight against terrorism.
Countries we are defending must pay for the cost of this defense. And if not, the U.S. must be prepared to let these countries defend themselves.
As for the Democrats, Bernie Sanders is campaigning in Indiana today. And despite the long odds, he gave no indication that he is giving up anytime soon.
We are in this campaign to win and become the Democratic nominee.
So do Trump and Clinton have a lock on their nominations? And could the surprise vice presidential partnership between Ted Cruz and Carly Fiorina impact the race? We'll take that up with our roundtable when we come back.
At ABC7, our entire weathercast is dedicated to the Suncoast, and now we bring it to you like never before with the all-new official Suncoast forecast. Beach and boating forecast. The winds will be out of the northwest at 10 knots.
Now, with the most advanced graphics and technology, we bring you weather where you live, pinpointing right down to your neighborhood.
Zooming into the Sarasota Bayfront.
The all-new official Suncoast forecast, only on ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. At ABC7, it's all about being here for you. Introducing ABC7 News at 7 with award-winning investigative journalist Alan Cohn. In-depth reporting and debate on important issues and stories in our community. With a featured topic of the day and a live roundtable discussion with community leaders and newsmakers. Plus a quick recap of the day's top stories and weather. ABC7 News at 7, weeknights. Now more than ever, we're here for you, Suncoast.
Attention, this is an important message for anyone who had an IVC filter placed to prevent blood clots from traveling to their heart or lungs. Did your IVC filter move, break, or cause organ damage? The FDA warns that IVC filters may cause serious complications, such as heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, even death. If you or a loved one suffered serious complications, call IVC Filter Helpline now. You may be entitled to compensation. IVC filters are designed to prevent blood clots. If your IVC filter moved or broke and you suffered heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, or if a loved one died as a result, call IVC Filter Helpline today. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You'll pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone. Call IVC Filter Helpline now.
Please call 800-897-6764. That is 800-897-6764.
Joining us for more on the presidential race is Rita Ferrandino of the Sarasota County Democratic Party and Christian Ziegler, state committee man for the Republican Party of Florida. He is also about to be one of Florida's delegates to the Republican National Convention, and congratulations on that. And Frank Alcock, our ABC7 political analyst. And let's start with what Ted Cruz today. Carly Fiorina, a running mate, it's been talked about all day long. It's kind of unprecedented for somebody who is this early to say who they want as their running mate, and they're not even leading in the race. Christian, let me start with you and ask you, was this a good move or an only move that he can make? Or
I think Cruz had to make this move. I mean, where he's at in the race now with him, Donald Trump, and then you still have Kasich in the race. There's some important states coming up, and I think Carly can probably help him in some of those states. But it does hurt a little bit because typically you get that VP pick bump later on as you get closer to the convention. It's all part of the process. But obviously this time he's made a calculated move. I will say that Cruz has run a good campaign. He's got a good team. His campaign manager has been very strategic so far. So maybe they know something that other people don't.
What states could she help in? After all, her presidential campaign was not successful. She ran for U.S. Senate in California and was trounced.
she was an interesting candidate. I mean, she had a lot of support, but she was everyone's like second favorite candidate, right? But when you look at California, which is obviously where she's from, I think she can help there. That's a proportional state, so you start going around the state and you start picking off delegates there. But then also with the female vote in general, to see that Ted Cruz is going to have a female on the ticket, it could possibly help. I don't know. I mean, Trump's really, you look at him and he just gets stronger and stronger. I don't know if he can be stopped. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
Carly only needs to help in one state, and that's Indiana. I thought it was a really bold move. I was at the Y tonight. 5 TVs were covering that story. And I think that what they were very successful at doing is they took all of the airtime today, and that was a success. And they took, you know, there was a sweep yesterday. Trump got all 5 states, and what they did today was they owned the media cycle, and I give them a lot of credit. I thought it was bold.
You know, it's interesting when you, with the fact that she is a woman, and last night, Mr. Trump, and in fact, he doubled down on it today, you know, basically said that Hillary is playing the women's card. You had the First Lady of New Jersey standing right behind him, making faces, doing an eye roll. And now contrast that with Carly Fiorina as the vice presidential pick today for Ted Cruz.
Yeah, I mean, so, well, the clock is winding down. Cruz is far from, he's like on the 50-yard line, so I don't know if he's got too many other plays in the playbook. Let's just, you know, pull Carly off the bench, send her down the sideline. Let's try to throw a Hail Mary and see if it could possibly work. It's possible that it could help him, and he doesn't need that much help. If he somehow is able to sort of surge by, you know, 5 or 10 points in Indiana, he could hold off Trump there, and then it changes a little bit. But it is striking. I don't think that I've ever recalled seeing the presumptive runner-up come out with their vice presidential candidate.
Christian, for all the talk we had about an open convention, there is a good chance at this stage that if Trump continues to do as well as he has been doing, I believe all he needs is around 50% of the eligible delegates left. Yep. He could wrap up the nomination.
He could. As Rita mentioned, I think it really comes down. You look at Indiana; that's going to be a big play. That's a very hotly contested state. I know Trump and Cruz are running neck and neck there. If Cruz can win there, then we probably do have an open convention. If Cruz doesn't win, then we're looking probably at Trump being the nominee. But we still have some states. I mean, it's interesting. Every time we come on here and we talk about, you know, the primaries, it's always, is this the end? And no, it just keeps continuing. So
it's always a new wrinkle.
Yeah, exactly. It just keeps going. So I don't think that's going to change. I think this is just going to keep going, and it really might be decided on literally the last day if we have an open convention or not.
Let's talk about the Democratic side. Rita, Bernie Sanders just announced that he's laying off hundreds of campaign workers. I mean, is that a strategic move, or is it what it is?
I think that statistically, it's just really difficult for Bernie to have anywhere to go. And so I think that he's winding his campaign down. I think this is the first sign. And I think that the party is looking to unify these 2 groups as quickly as possible. I just want to get back to the Trump playing that women's card. I thought strategically that was a really foolish move on Donald Trump's side. What is he? He's polling very badly with Republicans.
70%.
Almost 70% with Republican women and Democratic women. He does not have female support. And there are a lot of women in this country who are going to vote for Hillary Clinton because she is the first woman that could become president. And I think that the Republicans are really undermining the power of women.
I could see you.
She is still going to have a very difficult time. When you look at her, she's someone that maybe people will vote for her because she's a woman, but really that's the only reason why to vote for her. I mean,
well, she has a very long track record.
She has
Kristen.
Zero record in office. You look at the world.
She was a U.S. senator. She was Secretary of State.
Those are positions. Those are positions. Those aren't accomplishments. You look at Egypt. You look at Benghazi. You look at our relationship with Russia. You look at the Middle East, ISIS.
Another time.
No, I think we should talk about it now. It's all under her watch.
Donald Trump. I mean, I think there might be more women not voting for Hillary because she's a woman, but just she's the person that's running against Donald Trump right now.
She still has 55% unfavorable rating.
She does have
which only comes into second to Donald Trump's negative poll numbers. And let me ask you this, because most national polls, and we're getting into the point where you can look at the national matchups, most national polls show Clinton beating Trump.
And there's a reason for that.
Well, it's still early. I mean, there's still plenty of time. The thing with Hillary Clinton, when you look at her unfavorables, the problem with that is she's been in the spotlight for over 10 years. Those are solidified. Yeah, but yeah, exactly. But
and Donald
recently,
and
but that is solidified. That is solidified. Donald Trump. People don't know Donald Trump, so I know he has unfavorables now, but there's plenty of time.
Given Donald Trump's track record, everyone in this country who watches TV knows Donald Trump.
But not in the political realm. Not in the political realm.
Frank, let me ask you this, because there have been so many wrinkles to this presidential campaign, and I'm often reminded from my own experiences that today's reality could be a lot different than what the reality is in October and November.
Yes.
Is the best yet to come?
The best?
I mean,
I don't know if we've
well, nobody has been able to predict.
It's been ugly. Have we seen the ugliest? No. It's gonna. It could get much uglier. I really don't know. I mean, I'm pretty humble to begin with, but this is, this cycle is maybe even filled me with more humility with respect to not knowing what's coming around the corner. So I don't know where we're going to be. I'm afraid of where we're going to be when we get to late October and November. The campaign's going to get ridiculously ugly.
And there's a lot of fatigue.
Yep. Well, let me ask you both this question, because on one hand, you do have Bernie or bust supporters of Senator Sanders, and you do have Republicans who say that they cannot vote for Donald Trump. Is it possible for either of these candidates truthfully to unite their parties?
I think Trump's going to unite the right. I mean, when you look at this, people are really fed up with what's going on in Washington. Trump's been aggressively attacking Washington and the establishment. And I don't think we're going to have any problem, especially when you start talking about the Supreme Court as we get closer to the election and how that will be in play. I look at the left, and I think there's a lot more trouble there because some of these Bernie Sanders supporters are people that just aren't going to vote unless Bernie's on the ballot.
Except what we did was, if you remember in 2008 when we had the Obama camp and the Clinton camp, they were very successful at being able to unite the party. And the thing the Democrats have is we've got President Obama, who is may not in your world have as much authority and power, but in the Democratic Party, he's got a lot of power in his ability to unify the party. So I think that we're going to see Democrats are able to unite.
In 10 seconds.
You know what the top thing on the Bernie supporters list is? It's overturning Citizens United. Do you think Bernie supporters are going to just sit this one out and let the opportunity to overturn that go by? No chance.
Young people are not going to be able to vote for Clinton.
And we'll have to leave it there. Thank you all for coming in tonight, and we'll be back in just a moment.
US Med has great news for anyone living with diabetes.
If you have Medicare, private insurance, or prescription drug coverage, US Med will ship a new glucose meter right to your home.
And shipping is free.
My new meter uses only a speck of blood, so it's less painful than my previous meter.
If you have Medicare, private insurance, or prescription drug coverage, you're covered with US Med. We're welcoming new patients, even if your current provider can't supply you anymore.
I don't even have to test on my fingers anymore. I can test on my hand or forearms, and it's more accurate than my old meter.
So call US Med today, and you'll have a choice of 2 great meters.
One that actually speaks your results, or a meter so small it fits in the bottle of strips.
Act now, and US Med will include a free prescription discount card. We'll also send you a free diabetes cookbook. This is your opportunity.
So call US Med today.
You'll be glad you did.
We are delighted to have Dr. Kaminsky join our team at the Totola Cancer Center.
I'm a radiation oncologist. I was at the National Institutes of Health, most recently at the Medical College of Georgia, specialized in central nervous system cancers, prostate cancers, and other types. At the Totola Cancer Center, we have a level of technology that is second to none.
He has a great wealth of knowledge and shares the same passion that we have for patient care.
My family and I are happy to be here in Sarasota and excited to treat our patients here at the Totola Cancer Center.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
Call right now to get your free Senior Care Compass ebook. Find out about the 5 best-kept secrets on financing senior care and assisted living.
Call now, 800-290-0352. 800-290-0352.
Welcome back. Governor Rick Scott leaves for California this Sunday. Another trip aiming at getting companies to move to Florida, but the visit isn't coming without some controversy. Scott is running a radio ad ahead of his visit, criticizing California for raising the minimum wage there to $15 an hour by 2020. Governor Jerry Brown is now lashing back, and here is what you had to say about this fighting. Vince Hudson writes, "Let me understand this. Governor Scott is spending Floridians' tax dollars in order to get into a contest with Governor Brown and the state of California. Shaking my head." Ian Eldridge writes, "Scott is the governor of California. Oh, wait, that's Florida. Then why is he using taxpayer money to fund ads against something this is happening in another state? Way to go, everyone who voted for Skeletor. We really appreciate it." Wow. Scott Andrews writes, "So he thinks stealing or moving jobs is actually creating jobs, ? And Leonard Laflamme the third writes, "Be careful, Moonbeam doesn't drain all the intelligence out of you, Governor Scott." You have to remember Governor Brown's old nickname was Governor Moonbeam. If you'd like to join the conversation about tonight's topic, just visit our Facebook page at facebook.com/news@7. And that's all the time we have for this evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Alan Cohn. Have a great night.